Good morning. Welcome back to the show. Saturday, the 1st of March, 2025. We're privileged to be here this morning. West Palm Beach, Florida at iHeart Radio, where we're now streaming on the iHeart app. In studio with me is Cynthiaann Hayes-Hurst from FSOMA, Florida State Oriental Medical Association. And she is a licensed technician. She works in Fort Pierce, Florida.
I'm a doctor of Oriental Medicine and Acupuncture, and my office is in Fort Pierce. I'm the Advocacy Chair for the state of Florida's Oriental Medical Association, and we are trying to improve education and understanding of what acupuncture is as a healthcare treatment rather than just the individual tools. So right now, a lot of people don't really realize that acupuncture needlework is just one tool in a huge treasure chest full of other tools that we have. So there's a lot of things that you can do every day to improve your health naturally that people don't even think about. They do, but they don't realize that it's part of their long-term health and well-being program. They just like, oh, yeah, I do this. I get up and I go for a walk every day, and I make sure that I try to eat fruits and vegetables, and I know that if I eat things that are better for me, that I will feel better. But they don't always think of that as a health practice, or it's just a habit. Our habits every day are what forms how we do over a lifetime.
And I want to apologize. I forgot to spotlight the fact that you are the advocacy chair for the Florida State Oriental Medical Association. I knew that you were an acupuncturist in Fort Pierce, but I forgot that that's an important thing. And people, you have to understand, the organization is 35,000 strong throughout the state of Florida. So regardless of where you're at in Florida, they have someone in your area or within earshot, within arm's length. And the organization itself is a very, very advantageous organization. I like the fact that you're taking a lead on trying to educate the general public and the population on what it is that your organization does and giving people alternatives. Because, for so long, people went the traditional route, pain medications, surgeries, painkillers, things along those lines. And I have a terrible back. I have bad knees, and I refuse to take that type of stuff. I just won't use it. It's got to be something natural, or I have done acupuncture in the past. I need to do it again. It has worked for me for my meniscuses because I don't have a meniscus in either knee, unfortunately, anymore. But I think it's important. That's the thing that impresses me the most is the wealth of knowledge that the different practitioners within your organization who we've had the privilege of interviewing have shared with our network and with the listening audience. And knowing that this is airing on the iHeart app on Saturday, the 1st of March, 2025, it's extremely important for me to be able to give you that platform to where you can share with people what it is that you're trying to do. Because I know that there's a special message. I don't want to be redundant, but the message that you and your team are pushing right now, take a couple minutes and touch on that. That's important that people grasp this.
Well, the most important message is that there are a diverse amount of things that we can use for our natural health every day, and Chinese medicine has a lot of different opportunities. So if you're someone who's afraid of needles, you don't have to worry about that. We can use magnets, we can use electricity, we can use very many different things that you could incorporate in your daily life. The best success you're going to have with your health is going to be practices that you do every day and things that you can learn so that you can use it all the time, not just when you go see a practitioner once a week or once a month. We want you to be healthy and happy every single day. So we use gua sha, we use cupping, we use nutrition, we use herbs. There's a ton of different techniques that can be used. There's a lot of physical medicine, therapeutic exercises. There's just tons of things. And the provider that you go to, if they don't use the tools that you're interested in, or you can ask them, what other things do you offer? Do you only use needles, or do you have other therapies that you use? They will give you what they have. And there's a lot of things that you could get out of this wonderful treasure chest of ancient medicine.
One of the things that amazed me with some of the interviews that we've done with your team and your organization, it stands to reason that most of you have strong backgrounds, but a lot of you went to school for years to learn to do what you do for a living. And it kind of bleeds through, for lack of better grammar, when we're doing the interviews. People can say, wow, because you're always very transparent about what you're trying to do and why you're doing what you're doing to help the public. But the wealth of knowledge from yourself to Dr. Shipe to all of the different people, there's been a couple dozen people we've interviewed through your organization, but it's always important to me to be able to do the interviews with you because that's where it started. And it's important that people understand the premise behind what we're doing. You know, on the 20th of March, her and her team are going to be with us at the Haverdale Fence Center in Fort Pierce. And we're going to be doing hourly door prizes. We're going to be doing raffles, giveaways. But most importantly, we're going to have speakers there and people who are going to be conducting seminars hourly and for the people that are coming in from the general public to help get the message out on what they're doing, which is extremely important.
Thank you, Rob. I look forward to seeing everybody at the Haverdale Fence Center on March 20th. And if you need to find an acupuncturist near you, you can look up acupuncturefla.com and find an acupuncturist nearby you with the zip code. You just add your zip code in and it will find someone for you who is a nationally board certified acupuncture physician.
Once again, I want to thank you. What I'd like for you to do before we sign off this morning, I want you to give out your contact information, your web address and phone number, and also the information on your practice in Fort Pierce. Go ahead.
The Florida State Oriental Medicine Association, the acupunctureflorida.com is the way to find an acupuncturist. And my personal information, I'm Dr. Cynthiaann Hayes-Hurst. My office is in Fort Pierce, Florida. And my company is Serendipity Therapeutic Massage and Bodywork. I'm the primary physician there.
I want to thank you for being with us this morning. It's been a pleasure. We are signing off from West Palm Beach, Florida, where we're now streaming on the iHeart app. Once again, you can meet the doctor and her team on the 20th of this coming month. We're March. We're in it. Today's the first day at the Haverdale Fence Center from 10:30 a.m. till 2:30 p.m. on Virginia Avenue in Fort Pierce, Florida. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.